Hello everybody, Sam's Trains here and welcome back to the railway once again. As you can probably tell by the title, it's quite a special video today, but I will start by apologising if I have been a little bit quiet this last week, you know, responding to comments and messages and whatnot. That's because I've been on holiday, and where I've been there's not been great Wi-Fi, and I've had to sort of get it on my iPad whenever I can, so it's not been ideal. Obviously my videos have been scheduled to come out as usual, so hopefully that's been alright. But yeah, my apologies for that. I've actually been in Keswick in the Lake District, if you didn't already know where Keswick was. And it's a very nice place, of course. Nothing whatsoever train related, except for Keswick Collectibles, which is a shop that I think me and Cliff have both been in on separate occasions. Which does sell a little bit of railway stuff, but sadly nothing interesting to bring back from there, so it's not a special review. But having said that, coming home, looking at the channel and whatnot, I've actually just ticked over the 500 subscribers mark, which is absolutely amazing. I never imagined that I would be up to 500 subscribers this quickly, because at Christmas time I had about 70. So obviously 400 of those 500 have been in this last, you know, 6-7 months alone, which is amazing. So thank you all very much for subscribing. Obviously it does mean a lot to me, more than I could really say, that you all want to come back and watch the videos and all that. And you'll notice that if you have subscribed recently at least, and you look as though you do make videos or railway videos, I do come out and check your channels out because I do love to find new stuff to watch and, you know, new people to talk to, and so I often leave comments there. So if you do make train videos, again, that's another good reason to subscribe here, because I'll come and check you out, and it helps me to find some more interesting videos to watch, as well as, you know, if you do like my videos, to watch those. So enough of rambling on about that then anyway. So to do something special anyway for the 500 subscribers video, I'm going to do another running day, as you could probably guess. I've selected 5 of my favourite locos, which, as with all my other running videos, we're going to work through one by one. And these are some of my favourites, as I said. They're not all of my favourites because I've got more than 5, but I've just sort of picked 5 that I'm fond of, or perhaps that we haven't run for a long time. Just to do something special. Some of the locos are old, some of them are new. It's quite a selection, you might say, but they are certainly some of my favourites, which I thought would be a fitting one to do today. And it so happens that the locos I've picked today are very well colour coordinated. I haven't done it on purpose, but I've got 2 red steamers, which we're going to start with, 2 blue ones, and a black one, which is a bit of an odd one out there. But yeah, it's all worked out very nicely. So we're going to start off then with the 2 red ones. One of them, I'm sure you can guess what it's going to be already, but the other one is this beautiful Pacific, Princess Elizabeth, as you can see there. Absolutely gorgeous loco, modern Hornby one. It's not a particularly great runner, not to say that it's bad, but it certainly is a gorgeous loco. The other one, of course, is the old favourite, not just of mine, but of lots of you that I've talked to in the past. And that's, of course, the 460 Lord Westwood, which is based on, I believe, maybe the Castle class, or I think it might be the Hall class. I think it's a Hall class, not sure. I used to know. And this is a fictitious loco, which was bought out by Triang to celebrate, I believe, 25 years of Triang. And that's probably the case, as you can see, the number being 25555. And I believe the name Westwood came from the then chairman of the company, whose name must have been Westwood, which is why the loco is called that. I believe anyway. I think that's the general gist of it, even if the details aren't quite right. But yeah, I think that's basically what happened with that. But anyway, for the purpose of this video, it is just a gorgeous locomotive, a fantastic runner, which I suppose makes me like it more, and also in quite a quirky livery, which we don't tend to see with this sort of loco, except from Alton Hall, of course. But regardless, there she is. She's pulling some freight today, and I perhaps forgot to mention that the Princess is pulling a big rake of LMS coaches. I think there's about 6 there, so that's a good rake. So let's get the points open, and we'll start with these. Here we go. Okay, let's get the point then. Now, as some of you might remember, this is actually one of my DCC fitted locomotives. I chipped this quite a while ago, but I'm going to try and run it on DC today, just because it makes things a little more simple. Which is perfectly alright. As I said before, you can use DC for DCC locos. Having said that, she'll go a lot faster than normal, so I'm going to try and keep the speed controlled, but you'll tend to see a bit more fluctuation, so she'll go faster this end near the power, but probably slower up the other end where she gets a little bit more voltage drop. But either way, I don't think it's too noticeable really. Hopefully she'll manage with the coaches. I have done a test run and she seemed fine, so here we go. Just have to hope she doesn't die on the points, which she hasn't. It's good, it's nice so far. There we are, I think we're clear of the points there. Let's flick those back anyway. Oh yeah, only just clear. Okay, and then I'll pull her back. I know you've had quite a good look at her already, but come on, it's uphill. She'll do it. There we go. There we go. So yeah, as I said, I know you've had quite a good look at her already from the other shot, but I probably didn't introduce this loco as well as I should have done. So yep, number 6201, which is classified as a 7P locomotive with the name Princess Elizabeth. And as you can see there by the wheel configuration 462, that makes her a Pacific. And as I said as well, this is a Hornby model. I think it came from a set, but I didn't buy the set, I just bought the loco on its own, which is quite a good idea sometimes. You know, if you just fancy a loco, this one is very well detailed, I suppose. I think it's a lot better than the railroad versions, if they do one, but you know, the detail for me seems pretty good. Anyway, if I drop the camera down then, I'm going to stop waffling on about her and we will get her running. So, if I can do this smoothly, which I hope I can, we will now get her off. She's inconveniently sitting right on the points. So, let's try. There we go, not too bad. Right, she needs a bit of getting going, I think. But there we go, all those coaches aren't too much of a problem. Okay, now I think we'll deal with Lord Westwood. Here we go. So that's this point here, which I apologise, it's going to drop out of focus for a second while I switch it. There we go. And again, I'll leave the camera like I normally do, and you'll be able to see her set off. Now the XO3 that's running inside her is a very, very good one. I believe I did recently recharge it with the remagnetizer. You know, whether I did or not, she's a damn good runner. Hopefully you'll see a bit of that now. So, yep, I'll put the camera down and we'll give her a spin. Right, let's give it a try. And bear in mind, that's quite a lot of weight on there. And she's got the very shiny, more modern wheels, which generally don't pull as well, but you know, she's doing alright. Right, let's watch these two go anyway. Bit slippery just there for the princess, but I think that's not too bad. Lovely loco that. You've got to love Pacifics, haven't you? She certainly slows down a bit round that station, doesn't she? But she's not too bad. I did clean the track, so it really is just a matter of too much weight, I think. Right, let's put these two back to bed then. We'll start with the Princess. Just get that last coach to stop before these points. Oh, don't slow down too quick. Old Westwood's still going at the minute, but we'll do the same with her in just a sec. Let's get the point. Right, in we go. Let's see if this works. Oh, not too fast, girl. That's it. Right, she can stop well as soon as we're clear, really. There we go. Get the point again, so she doesn't run off next time we run. Right, and let's go and stop Westwood then. Right, let's start her slowing down then. There we go, not too much or she's going to start struggling. Right, let's just get that whole lot beyond the point, which is about there. Right, I'll just flick those points then. There we go. And hopefully I've already set the direction, so if I give her a little juice, she should just come cruising straight back in. There we go. Well, that's far enough for her anyway. Right, shut the point again. And let's move on to the blue steamers. Okay, so probably quite predictably, the first of the blue steamers is of course another Pacific, which goes by the name of Tornado, which is another one of my very favourite locos. She was misbehaving a bit earlier, but I've cleaned the wheels and she'd already been oiled like 2-3 weeks ago, so I knew it wasn't an oiling issue, but I did clean the wheels and she seems to be behaving quite a bit better now. So hopefully, and you'll need to take this with a pinch of salt, hopefully she's going to run pretty well, which she normally does of course. So let's give this a try. Just bring her out the siding and I'll let you have a better look. I know you can't see it too well there. That's it, over the points. The points are always nasty obviously. And as you can see there, as she's coming out, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the teat coaches from the L and the R. Of course she's a BR loco, but never mind. And we'll stop her just there. So there's Tornado anyway. If you haven't seen her before, here's just a little info on the loco, just off the top of my head anyway. She's a relatively new loco. Of course, the Peppercorn class I think is the official name, but it's a 462 Pacific, given the running number 60163, and I believe she's currently in this livery, or she was when I bought the loco, which was just over, well, it was about a year ago actually, but she's also quite commonly seen in the green liveries, so LNER green or even Brunswick green. I think there's at least a model done in that colour. But yeah, she's a gorgeous loco. She's a very, very good runner, as I'm sure you'll agree. And I'm very pleased to have got this one in the blue livery. I have got one in the green, but that's a little less detailed. That one was from a set, but this one was bought as a Hornby Railways version, which isn't an awful lot more detailed, but I have done a review on her, so if you want to go and look at that, you can see for yourself exactly the ins and outs of all the various detail on her. But we'll leave her there for the time being, and I'll introduce you to the next loco. Right, here we go. Okay, so here's the next blue loco, which again, it wasn't intentional to run two blue locos together, but it just worked quite nicely with the ones I'd picked, so that's what's happening. Of course, it's a King, traditionally from the Great Western Railway, I would say. Of course, this one's in BR blue, and it's King George VI, running number 6028, and it's a 460 loco, of course. And I really do love this livery. It's absolutely beautiful. Once again, I've done a review on this model, and it is a Hornby one. There's not an awful lot of these about, at least not on eBay, but it's an absolute beauty of a model, and I'm really pleased with this one. Again, this has been a bit naughty today. Both the blue locos have been naughty. This one isn't very good on points. I have cleaned the wheels on her also, so other than points, she seems perfectly alright. But there was a little bit of clicking coming from some of the linkage, and I did notice that one of the little lugs that holds the valve gear in place was a little loose, so I've tightened that up and she's not wobbling so much anymore, so fingers crossed she'll run well. But she's not a fast loco. At about half speed she's a bit too slow you know, for my liking. So I run her on a little bit higher power than I'd run most of the Locos, but you know, she tends to run alright. So I'll leave the camera somewhere nearby, get the points, and we'll see how she goes. Here we go. Alright, slight change of plan, everybody. The way I'd actually set her up meant she was going in the same direction as Tornado, and obviously I prefer them to be going in opposite directions. So all I've done is flipped her around, so that now she's going in, you know, the right way, so that it's a little bit more interesting while she's going round. But she's all ready now, everything's set, so I'll go to the controls and we'll start her off. Perfect. So I'm going to stop her here just by Tornado. Whoa. Almost a bit too far. And yeah, I'll just let her stop there for a sec so you can have a look at her, and then we'll get them both running together. So yeah, King George VI, one of Hornby's best, I'd say. Not that she's a great runner, as I mentioned, she's a bit of a pain over the points, but you know, if she looks like this, you can't really be angry with her, can you? So yeah, let's take this out a little. I think we might as well start her off first, so if I just pop the camera down there, sorry about the shakiness. We shall start with the King, so there she goes. And now Tornado's probably going to be a little out of focus, but she's going to. There we go, apologies for that shot. But for now, let's have some better shots of them both running together. Here we go. Great Western coaches there, of course. Doesn't look quite right, I suppose, but I'm running out. Okay, so interestingly, Tornado is fitted with a flywheel, which means when she's cut out, she'll slow down nice and gently despite being a DC loco. So as you can see, I've just opened that point behind Lord Westwood there, and when Tornado comes along, she's going to go right down this rail, and she'll stop there at the isolating rail. So here it goes, and she should stop nice and gently, in theory. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, not bad at all. That's a nice gentle stop. And we'll leave her there, I think. At least we can see her properly. Right, let's fix these points then, ready for the King, as we'll call it. Right, and I'll go and slow down. Here we go. Alright, so she's come very nicely to a stop in another siding, which should keep her out the way at the very least, while we look at the last loco, which is one I posted on Facebook a couple of weeks ago now, and I had a lot of people say yes please, would want to see a run and all that. So I thought, you know, I love this loco as well, why not include it in this video? So here she is, and she's actually inside the engine shed at the moment, which means you can't see it too well at all. But I'll introduce her and then we'll get her around to the front so you can see her properly. I'm sure I did a review of this one too, but it is Thompson's B1 in BR Black by Bachmann. And this isn't one of the modern Bachmann locos. This is quite an old one. I think it's the split chassis version, which means that it's got no pickup problems or anything like that. And the motor in this one is very good. It really is a golden runner. Never had a single problem with it. It's one of those that you don't need to service for years and she'll still work fine. Having said that, I do service her every 6 months, but really it makes no difference. So that's a decent introduction for her, I think. I'll show you her coming out now, and then we'll get around to the front like I say, and we'll watch her go around for a bit. Right, let's give it a go. And there we go. So there you see it. Thompson's B1, this one's the Gazelle, number 61003. And Thompson was quite an interesting figure, certainly a controversial one. He had some funny ideas. I believe he had some ideas along the lines of standardisation of all locos and all parts and stuff, which is a good idea, but as far as I can remember, he didn't really get given the chance to do what he wanted to. And there's not that many locos with his name on it, let's say, but I believe the B1 was one of the more successful ones. And, well, in model form anyway, it's a damn successful one, if you ask me. So let's show you what I'm talking about and get her going. Right, a little power, and off we go. And this loco seriously does go like the clappers when you give her some power. She really has got one heck of a motor inside there. Well, there you have it anyway. Finishing off with Bachmann's B1. A really, really beautiful loco. I can't be more fond of this one, really. It's certainly one of my favourites. Before I end though, I will just say once again, thank you very, very much to all of you who have subscribed. I hope it's worth it. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed seeing some of my favourite engines anyway. And hopefully you've liked them as well. But for now I better get off and start editing this lot together. So I'll say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you very much everybody. Bye.